Hey, right, next HIIT session. So with this one, you can either use a kettlebell or a dumbbell, one or the other. Okay, so if you want to get those, if you want to grab yourself a drink, also going to be doing dips again, so I'm going to be using a sofa, but if you want you can grab a chair. Right, so just going to sort them out, bring it back a bit here. Okay, right, so if we start with stretching, put those up, sort the t-shirt out. Right, so we're going to start the Sphinx, hips on the ground, looking ahead. Right, and then we're going to go back into child's pose. So knees about hip width apart and sink into this stretch. And then we're going to go forward into Sphinx. Up on the forearms, looking ahead. And then back into child's pose. So sink into this stretch, as I said, hip widths apart for the knees. Right, now we're going to do cat. So on all fours, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. And then into cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Then we're going to do cat, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. Then we're going to do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. We're going to do cat, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. And then cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Right, next we're going to go to our backs. So we're going to start with bending the right leg, so we're going to place the right foot on the left knee. And then for this stretch you can either take both hands, pick up the left thigh like this, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to push the right leg over the right hand. Perfect, I'm going to switch the leg over. So this time I'm going to do the left leg, so placing the left foot on the right knee and pushing the left leg away with the left hand. Then we're going to come to stand. So we're going to start with around the shoulders. You can start with taking the shoulders back 10 times. We can take them forward 10 times. And we can do one arm at a time, taking it back. And we can take it forward 10 times, one arm at a time. We can take the arms across the body, alternating one on top and then the other. 10 times. Trying to keep the arms in line with the shoulders. Same level, I mean. Okay, and we're going to bring the arms forward. So taking the arms forward, bring them back, so keeping them in line with the shoulders. Forward and back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. And forward and back. Right, we're going to bring the arms down. So we're going to start by turning the head to the left. Then we're going to turn the head to the right, pausing in the middle. And then we're going to turn the head to the left. And then to the right. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then if we come back to neutral, then we're going to take the head down. And then up, pausing in the middle briefly. And then down. And then up. 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 And then we're going to come back to neutral. Then we're going to turn the head to the left. And then we're going to turn the head to the right, pausing in the middle. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then back to neutral. And then we're going to round the head to the left. So taking the chin to the left ear. And then we're going to take it to the right ear. We're going to go to the left ear. And then to the right ear. And then to the left ear. And then to the right ear. And then to the left ear. And then to the right ear. And then to the left ear, just like a pendulum. And then to the right ear. Yeah, then we're going to go back to neutral. So we're going to interlock the hands. We're going to push that back into the hands, so the palms facing, so pushing your head back, and that's into the palms. And come out of that one, and then we're going to push head forward into the hands, so this time's palms facing away. Right, so we bring the hands down. So we can lift the shoulders, bring them back, and then drop them down. And you can also bring the neck back and the head back. Good one for posture. And we're going to hold this one for 30 seconds. And then relax your shoulders. Then what we're going to do, we're going to turn the head to the left, 9 degrees. I'm going to bring the right ear down. So it's like your fishing hook on the ear. Hold that one for 30 seconds. The other side, so we can turn the head to the right, 90 degrees. We can bring the left ear down this time. Then relax, and we're going to stretch the wrists. So, doing the stretch, hold it for 15 seconds. And then the other one. It's a good one for the extensors. Sorry, not extensors, flexors. Flexors, I mean, flexors. It's a good one for the flexors. We can do the other way. See, this way is good for the extensors. We can do the other hand. Okay, we can turn the hands out. And the other way. We can turn the hands over and back. Perfect, right. Okay, so if you want to grab a drink, do so. I'm going to open the window. If I can find my card. Okay, right. So, what we're going to start with first is a modified burpee. It's one that I put on a HIIT workout the other day. So, what we're going to be doing is so either with a press up or without a press up. With the press up to make it harder, so drop it down, and ideally if you can do a press up, you can do a press up, not as close to the wall as that, then you jump the legs out, do a press up, jump them in, and do a press up, then come up into a tuck jump. Or you can just do the same movement without a press up. And if you can do a burpee, that's great. Sorry, if you can do a tuck jump, that's great. Otherwise do a normal jump. But either way, I'm just soft landing with the knees. Pardon me. Right. Okay, so I'm going to set this up. Okay, right. 6 rounds, 30 seconds. I'll go for the other exercise in a minute. Place this here so I can call out the numbers, call out the times. You get in a position for burpee and go. So, narrow, wide legs, narrow legs. Come up to a tuck jump if you can. Soft knees, you come down. Narrow legs, wide legs, narrow legs, up into a tuck jump, down, narrow legs, wide legs, narrow legs. Okay, next one's a jumping squat. So if you come to standing, again 3, 2, 1, and go. So jump as high as you can. Nice soft landing as you come down to a squat. Good plyometrics. Make sure the knees aren't rolling in. 3 seconds. Right. Next is jumping lunges. See if you get yourself ready. So you can either walk into the lunge, like so, and do the other, or you can jump into it. Make sure the front leg, that the knees behind the toes. Okay, and go. So either walking into it or jumping into it. Keep your core nice and strong. 18 seconds to go. 11 seconds to go. 7 seconds. 3 seconds. Okay. Next one we're going to do is press ups. So, I'll do these on your knees. You can do these on your toes. Toes being harder. Okay, and going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So do as many as you can in 30 seconds. 18 seconds to go. 7 seconds to go. Perfect. Right. So if you go the weights. Okay. Oh, feeling it today. Did the same workout with my sister Roll this morning, so I know it's good. I know this is a good burner. Right, so if you grab the weights, we demonstrate the exercise. So with either a single dumbbell or kettlebell, what you're going to do is you're going to take the weight from either side. Well, not either side. You're going to take it side to side. So one side, then the other. And if you can, to make it harder, you can keep the legs off the ground and do that motion. Right. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So it's a good one for the obliques, this one. Make sure to keep that back nice and straight. Keep the core engaged. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. And the next one is dips. So if you grab the chair, okay, going 3 with the sofa, 2, 1, perfect, and go. So you can either do it with the knees bent, or up on the heels, the legs straight to make it harder. You don't want to sit on the floor, you just want to hover your glutes or your backside, or your derriere, whatever you might like to call it, just above the floor. So you don't want to sit on the floor, just hovering above. 2 seconds, 1, and rest. Right, that's one set. I hurt my hand the other day when cycling. It's just a bit open at the moment, so I can feel it ever so slightly with the dips. I was pressing on it. Whew. Right, 1 minute to go. I don't really tend to use cycling gloves, but after a while I started frictioning it. So that happened Saturday. I did a ride yesterday, 64 kilometres, so it's a good distance. And yeah, I felt much better. Much better cycling gloves. So if any of you are cycling at the moment, I'd recommend cycling gloves. Try it out for me, and yeah, I've learnt my lesson. Right, I'm going to move the weight. If we get ready to go back into burpees, and you come to standing. So you're going to have 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, narrow, wide, narrow, wide. So down, narrow, press up, wide, press up, narrow, press up. Then we're going to come to standing. Touch jump as high as you can. Narrow, press up, wide, press up, narrow, press up. And jump as high as you can. If you can, do a touch jump. Narrow, press up, wide, press up, narrow, press up. Right, then we're going to come up into jumping squats next. Going 4, 3, 2, 1, there you go. So jump as high as you can to a squat. Make sure those knees aren't rolling in. And you come up from that squat, pushing through the heels. 6 seconds to go. As hard as you can. Then jumping lunges next. Going 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. So you either walk into it or jump into it. Nice strong core. Make sure the knee is behind the toe. 17 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Did my legs after yesterday as well, and this morning. Wow. Okay, next one is press ups. If you get down on the floor, and we're doing standard grip for these, by the way. So your arms about shoulder width apart, and so you can either do them on your knees, on your toes, and ideally you want to bring your chest to your nose. Sorry, well, I may or may not have got that wrong. Right, you can either do them on your knees, or on your toes, and if you can, try and bring your chest to the floor, or your nose to the floor. Right, and go. So do it as many as you can. 30 seconds. Uh, 18 seconds to go. 7 seconds to go. 5 Right, next one is Russian twists. So if you grab your weight, side on the floor, you can take the weight side to side, and if you can, you lift your legs up, and legs up, there you go. So 30 seconds. Try and get the weight to touch the floor, each side. Keeping those legs in the air all the time if you can. Straight back, strong core, 15 seconds to go. 8 seconds to go. And it's only 30-second rounds. That's all it is each time. 1, and rest. Right, straight up. Get that chair, get that sofa. Remember, other legs bent. Up in your heels with your legs straight. There you go. I said, you don't want the glutes to touch the floor. Just hovering above. 20 seconds to go. Do as much as you can. 30 seconds. 13 seconds to go. 8 seconds to go. 5 seconds. And rest. Right. Okay. Okay. So if you grab yourself a drink, open the window if you haven't done so already. Second time down today, and I'm sweating just as much. This is good. It's really good. I think at the moment, pretty much doing about 3 runs a week. Yeah, I am. I'm doing 3 to 4 runs a week, 3 HIIT sessions a week, and about 2 to 3 cycles a week as well. So it's good going. So it takes a lot to lose weight. But I've gone from 86 kilograms down to 77.7 kilograms. So it's doable. At the moment it's just kind of, I'm at the point where I don't really have much more weight to lose, so I'm really kind of pushing it at the moment. Really trying to scrape the barrel. Right, this is good. This actually feels really refreshing. Right, okay, move the weight slightly. Last round. Okay. So, if you want to sort your mat out, if you need to sort out one knee. Okay, then we're going to start with burpees. So with the burpees, either with a press up, without a press up. Then you're going down, you're doing narrow, wide, narrow, and then up. If you can, do a touch up. Okay, yeah, perfect. Right, and they're going to go in 2, 1, there you go. So, narrow, wide, narrow, up into a touch up. When you're doing this, a strong core, nice and strong in the glutes. Soft knees as you come down for your jump. Right, we're going to come up. Let's jump in squats next. For this one, you make sure the knees are behind the toes. There you go. And as you come down, imagine you're sitting down the loo. So you keep it nice straight back, and your knees are behind your toes. And you jump as high as you can for every single one. And to a squat, nice soft landing, nice and soft for the knees. One, and we'll do jumping lunges next. Remember, this one, knees behind the toes. Make sure your knees aren't rolling in. Nice strong core. Core's good for balance as well. 17 seconds to go. 8 seconds to go. Just trying to look at the clock at the same time here. Not that it's an excuse. Well, not that it should be an excuse, I say. Right, then we're going to go down to press ups. So you're going in 4, 3, so you're going to do this on your knees or your toes. And go. Just do as many as you can. 30 seconds. Remember, it's the last round. So get as many as you can in. 10 seconds to go. 6 seconds to go. Okay, if you come to seated position, you grab your single dumbbell or your kettlebell. We can take the weight side to side. Ideally with the legs up if you can. If it's not sore in the lower back, if it's sore in the lower back, you can either do it with your feet down the floor or just with your hands like that, body weight. Okay, keep going. 17 seconds left. Well, if you do get any lower back pain from this, might be a good idea just to rest and then go back to the exercise another day. And it will get easier each time you do it. So I don't want anyone getting back pain. Right, we're going to come up last exercise. On this round we're going to do dips. So go to the sofa or chair and we're going to go into dips. Either with the legs straight on the heels or with the knees bent on the feet. Or with the feet on the floor, knees bent. Okay, as I said, you don't want the glutes touching the floor. They're just kind of hovering. You're not trying to get down there, slim down and then come back up. Right, we've got 7 seconds to go. Really push, almost there. And rest. Wow. That's good. It's very good. Good sweat. Right. So come back to what I said during the rest break. So for me at the moment, what I find that's working well for me is doing a HIIT session one day, day one, then doing a cycle or run the next day, and then a HIIT session the day after that. But I know some people may not be into cycling or running, or some people might be, you know, being cautious about it being outside. So if you would do a HIIT session 6-7 days a week, that'd be superb. I mean, to be honest, if you think about it, by the time you've done the stretching, it's like 20-25 minutes. By the time you've done the workout, it's like 15-20 minutes. So if you do that 6 times a day, it's not really that much, to be honest. And you're improving your stretching and your flexibility at the same time. So it's all a good win. What I used to find was also another good combination for me was three HIIT sessions a week, and like this with the strength as well included. So it's not just cardio with this HIIT, it's also cardio and strength. So 3 cardio and HIIT strengths a week, and I used to do 2 runs and 1 long walk. So at the start of the year I was trying to walk, I think it was either, I can't remember how many miles it was, but there was a challenge on Strava to walk. It might have been 100 kilometers, but yeah, so I was really getting my walks in every single week, so I was doing it that way. But yeah, there's different combinations. As I said, you could either do 3 HIIT and strength sessions a week and then do 2 runs and a long walk. I think one of the longest walks I did was about 24 kilometers, so that was a good one. And then there was, as I said, for me at the moment, I'm doing a HIIT session, then a cardio, HIIT and then cardio. As I said, like quite long cardio sessions, running about 10k, sometimes a half marathon, sometimes over. Yesterday I cycled 64 kilometers, or you could do 6 to 7 HIIT sessions in a week. And as I said, The actual workout itself is about 20 minutes, and it's 25 minutes each day of prehab. So you're doing lots of stretches, getting your back really nice and supple. Right, what we're going to finish with is a plank. So, okay. So I'm going to set this up and do 1 minute. Okay, and you can either do this on your toes, or you can, either way you do it on your toes, what I meant, you can either do it on your forearms, or you could do it with your arms out straight. When your forearms is harder, what you're going to do is you're going to start by lifting yourself up, and you're going to squeeze your glutes and your abs and bring yourself in a nice straight line. Okay, and I guess your feet are about hip width apart. Right, okay, I'm going to set this off and going in 3, 2, 1 and go. So yeah, feet that hip width apart. You're going to lift yourself up, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs, bring yourself into a nice straight line. And what you're going to do is, if you feel any low back pain, give it a rest there, stop that exercise for today and come back to it another day, because each time you do it, it will get easier. There's no point working through low back pain during this exercise. I mean, yeah, no, there's no point working through low back pain during this exercise. Right, 30 seconds to go. Really keep the core engaged and the glutes engaged. Keep yourself nice and strong. Keeping the head looking down. 17 seconds to go. 12 seconds to go. 7 seconds to go. 3 seconds. And rest. Wow. Oh, wow. That was good. Right. So let's wrap up by stretching. Okay. So I'm going to place the phone on the side. Dripping, absolutely dripping a bit here. Right, so we're going to start with the Sphinx, up on the forearms, looking ahead, hips on the floor. Right, we're going to come back into child's pose. So knees hip width apart. Okay, and we're going to go back into Sphinx. So coming up on the forearms, hips in contact with the ground, looking ahead. And then back into child's pose. So sinking into this stretch. But make sure it feels bearable. Knees hip width apart. Perfect. Next one we're going to do is cat. So I'm going to lift the back and drop the head. And we're going to do cow, so we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. We're going to do cat, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. We're going to do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Right, next one we're going to do, we're going to come onto the back. Then we're going to bend the right leg, so the right leg is placed on the left foot, and then, so the right leg is placed on the left knee, and then we're going to push the right leg away with the right hand. Right, we're going to switch it over. So we're going to do the left leg. So we're going to place the left foot on the right knee, and then we're going to push the left leg away with the left hand. Make sure I'm still lying on the mat. Let's make sure my head is still lying on the mat. You want to feel like a nice bearable stretch in your glutes. Right, next one we're going to do is we're going to come back. So we're lying on the front, back into the Sphinx stretch. So we're going to push off the forearms, looking ahead, hips in contact with the ground. And we're going to come back into child's pose, sink into this one, knees hip width apart. Right, now we're going to go into Sphinx. So up on the forearms, looking ahead, hips in contact with the ground. Right, we're going to go back into child's pose. As I said, knees hip width apart. Right, next thing we're going to do is cat. So you're going to lift the back and drop the head. And we're going to do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. And we're going to do cat, we're going to lift the back and drop the head. And we're going to do cow, we're going to push the belly button down, lift the head up. Right, then we're going to come to standing. Okay, so we're going to turn the head to the left. Then we're going to turn the head to the right, pausing slightly in the middle. And we're going to bring the head back to neutral, we're going to bring the head down. And we're going to take the head up. We're going to come back to neutral, and we're going to turn the head to the left. Turn the head to the right. rotate the head to the left. So chin to the ear. And then we're going to take the head to the right, chin to the ear. I'm going to come back to neutral. I'm going to interlock the hands together. I'm going to push the head back into the hands. Okay, and we're going to push the head into the hands, so palms facing away this time, whereas before the palms were facing the back of the head on the other way. Well, with the hands behind the head, there was. Right, we're going to bring the hands down, arms down. Lift the shoulders, bring them back, drop them down. I'm going to bring the head back and the neck back. Keeping good posture. Imagine like Pinocchio. Imagine there's a string on the top of your head. Right, relax your shoulders. I'm going to turn the head to the left 90 degrees and then bring the right ear down. So imagine like a fish, right? So I'm pulling it down. So you should feel like a nice stretch through the neck and the shoulders and like the traps as well. It's a good stretch for the sternocleidomastoid as well. Really good stretch. It's comfortable to be tight there. Back to neutral, and we're going to turn the head to the right and bring the left ear down. And back to neutral. Right, we can stretch the wrists, just bring the hands back like this. We can do the other one. So these ones, the palms are facing away. We can do the other way. Some palms are technically facing in. I don't know if you can see that one. It's clearly hoping people can. We can switch it over. So on the other hand, same way I've done it. Right, I'm going to come to the front. I don't know what you're doing. You could be at the side, you could be at the back. Right, we're going to turn the hands out. And then turn them in. And then turn them over and back. Perfect. Right, then we're going to stretch the quads. So we're going to pick up the right leg. Try to focus on something. I'm just going to focus on the camera. I don't want to make it look like I was giving like a serious gaze to everyone. So I thought I'd pick a puddle in the road. Right, then we're going to do the left leg. So, Brilliant. Right, that's both legs. Doing the stretch, the calves. Right, so left leg against the wall. Both legs straight. You can lean over left leg, but you don't want to lock out either knees. Again. And we can switch it over, so we can do the right leg, so right foot's up against the wall, lean over the right leg, set both legs straight but you're not locking them out. We can do this calf stretch, so you have the so when you stretch to the left, so you want to have the right foot forward and the right leg is bent. So the right leg is bent and then the back leg is straight. And what you're thinking about doing is you're thinking about driving your right knee towards the wall, and you want to make sure you're keeping both toes point forwards and you're keeping your left heel planted down. So you should be able to feel the stretch in your left calf. Now you switch the legs over. So this time you have your left leg forward. You're going to bend that left leg. You're going to keep your right leg straight. Both toes are pointing forwards. You think about driving that left knee towards the wall, and you're keeping that right heel planted down. And like I said already, but both toes are pointing forwards. I think I did. Technically, that's my 6th round of HIIT today, which is brilliant. That's really good. So yeah, that's another point. If you feel like you want to get another HIIT session in, I've uploaded quite a few already now, so you could really vary it. Or you go for a run beforehand, or you could do a run afterwards. Or you could do a walk beforehand or do a walk afterwards. I guess if you're going to do a run, I'll probably do it first, because this is going to kind of beast the legs with all the jumping squats. So yeah, ideally I'll probably run first and move the weight. So the last stretch we're going to do is hamstrings. So right leg up, both legs are straight, and we're going to lean forward. So yeah, so both legs are straight, torso is nice and straight, you're tilting at the hips. Imagine you're driving your knee down to your nose, and ideally keep your hands straight if you can, because you don't want to place pressure on your quads, because you don't want to place pressure on your knee. Right, then we're going to stretch the left leg. So placing the heel up, and then you're going to tilt the hips. Imagine you, imagine you're driving your nose down to your knee. So hands through if you can. And ideally when you're doing the stretch, I picked something, I'm going to stand next to this in a second and see what it is, but I think it's just above my knees. But ideally you want to make sure that you're either using this height, or you're using an object which is lower than your own hip height. Relax. Yep. Let's have a look now. Yep. Oh, well, it's pretty much like bang on my knee height. And then even if I use this is still below my hip height. Right. Another great session. I really enjoyed that. I'm sweating a bit. That's come off a little bit, but yeah, my top's nice and soaked. Okay.